I mean, right? Take what you love and go to the max on it. And then throw it on video, man. People will resonate with it just because you're putting out so damn hard. They don't have to do it. Man, if somebody watches you putting out, like really suffering and going through the numbers just to get something done, that's motivating in itself. For sure.
How the hell do you find time to train for an ultra? It's another full-time job and then some, actually.
Yeah, I mean, so for this last ultra prep, I would knock out all my runs before work. So I would do 10 to 12 miles in the morning before getting to the office. I'd get to the office at 8 a.m. And then on the weekends, I'd have my Saturday long runs. I would do anywhere from 20 to 30 miles on a Saturday morning. By the end of it, my wife was done with it. She's 34 weeks pregnant right now.
Oh, well, congratulations.
No, thank you. Yeah, she was done with the ultra. But I mean, it's a lot of.
But before, I mean, not now, obviously, but she a runner?
No, she's not a runner now. But it's ultra stuff is just a lot of slow aerobic miles, just time on your feet. And
are you running in August? I mean, are you training when it gets real humid here in Texas? I guess you still running through all that.
Yeah, still running through all that. There's this saying in terms of running. They say summer miles bring fall smiles, and I mean it directly applies to running here in Texas. I would finish runs, or I'll finish runs here in the morning in Texas. And I mean, I'm wringing out my socks and shorts afterwards because they're just drenched. I would lose 10 to 12 pounds on a run.
All right. So I got a question for you. I was a hard gainer growing up. I didn't like being skinny. I wasn't worried about all that six pack and everything like that. I just wanted to be the big guy. Just like you said, going to the gym, lift as much weight as you possibly can so you can run through that wall. And even when we were in the communities, you had the guys that would run. I mean, you had the triathlete guys and everything in between. If you knowing what you know now about what running does, would you have implemented that on yourself back in the day when you were in, or just it's kind of to each his own? One life fits the other.
I think it's to each its own.
Yeah.
I think there's like what I'm finding more with endurance training and strength training. Like if I had to recommend one to someone, I would always recommend strength training over endurance training, just for the positive impacts it has on the metabolism, your overall energy, your hormone levels. Running, when you take running to extremes, it does the complete opposite. So I think like for the average person, hit the gym, like hit the weights. It's going to have a much more positive impact on the body as opposed to like this intense endurance training, ultra stuff.
So what's the concept or mindset behind that then? The ultras, just to see how far you can go. I mean, if you've already run through one of the concepts, that's what's left, right?
Yeah, I mean, for
human condition, see how far we can take it.
Yeah, from what I found with running is like running for me, I run in the mornings. I like running in the mornings or the evenings. I don't like running in the midday. And that is that one time of the day for me where it is complete solitude. So like there's no distractions, especially being like a business owner, but everyone, you're on your phone, you have notifications going off, the TV's on, emails. So like my 60 to 90-minute run every single morning is this moment of solitude where I've thought up some of my best business ideas. I've thought of like anything that has positively impacted or affected the business. I've thought of during my morning run, or if I have an issue in my life and something's bothering me, it will find me during that run, and I will be forced to navigate through that issue before that run is over.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I found with running.
It's like a meditation, right? Everyone has their own forms of meditation. I asked my brothers, a couple of the other guys who's still doing the running, man. I was like, it's because like him, he didn't like to run either. But there's a runner's high. That's an actual thing. Like where you're pushing yourself and then you transition over your body to where it takes over, and it's a flux stage, right? Where you can just purely concentrate on thinking whatever's in your mind and not your body's not taking the beating anymore. Do you get that?
Yeah, it took me years to achieve that. I used to think that was bullshit.
I was going to ask you, man, is that bullshit or what? I mean, it does happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, it happens, but it took me literally years to achieve that. I was like, there's no way this thing exists. But what I found I was doing wrong is I was running all my runs way too hard. So like if I was supposed to run a 6 mile run for that day, I was going to run that 6 mile run as hard and fast as possible. And then it wasn't until I started slowing down and running based off of heart rate and effort. It wasn't until I actually found like, oh, this actually can be enjoyable. There is this runner's high. Your mind kind of wonders and thinks, but it's when I run too hard that I don't find this or achieve it.
I've never heard anybody explain it that way, but that's what it is then, huh? If you're trying to tackle it too hard.
This is the Team Never Quit podcast. So buckle up, Buttercup.